1963. Matching 1 and 2, a relatively rare moment in college football. Into the short range. Baton goes deep. He's got a man wide open. Touchdown. Handed off. This is Gerald Moore. Oklahoma. Touchdown. Big hole. Shipley. End zone ahead, folks. And into the hands of Jeff Badet. Sooners score it.
For the first time since 2011, both the Oklahoma Sooners and Texas Longhorns will be undefeated when they play each other on October 7th. The Red River rivalry is one of the premier clashes of the college football season, and this year both teams enter the contest 5-0. While both teams have not faced each other while being undefeated since 2011, fans would have to go back to 2008 when both the Sooners and Longhorns were 5-0 entering the Red River game. Hello everyone, and welcome to No Huddle, a YouTube channel for college football fans, brought to you by college football fans. We discussed the Red River rivalry game this Saturday, as it should be one of the most anticipated games in Week 6 of the college football season. Let's start with the quarterbacks, because both Quinn Ewers and Dillon Gabriel played fantastically in their program's first 4 games. Ewers has proven to be a dominant QB for the Longhorns with 10 touchdowns, 1 interception, and almost 1,400 yards. On the ground, he added 5 more touchdowns as well. Dillon Gabriel, on the other hand, has 15 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and almost 1,600 yards passing. He also added 4 touchdowns on the ground. In Week 5, Texas played an incredible game against a tough Kansas team. Even if the Jayhawks were without their star QB in Jalen Daniels, they were a ranked team at the time. What seemed to be the biggest takeaways from that game are 2 things. Texas can rely on sophomore running back Jonathan Brooks to carry the offense when needed. He rushed for 218 yards on 21 carries and scored twice. This can be great when Ewers is not having his best game. 2. This showed us that Texas played with the same intensity as they did Alabama. J.D. Pickle made the point during his segment for On 3 regarding Texas, and we agree with this sentiment that it'd be easy for Texas to look past Kansas. With no Jalen Daniels and a game against the Sooners on the horizon, the Longhorns could have slacked off against the Jayhawks, but they poured it on. The only worrisome thing about the Longhorns could be their aggressive defense. Normally not a problem for teams, but we say this as a potential problem. It can lead them to get burned. An aggressive defense is not bad, nor are we saying the Longhorns need to do better, but it is a potential problem. As for the Oklahoma Sooners, they come off an impressive onslaught of their own against the Iowa State Cyclones 50-20 in Week 5. We must also give props to the Sooners as well for not lapsing in focus in this game. It's no secret how big this rivalry game means to both programs, and the Sooners took care of business. But here's where we believe Oklahoma may have trouble. 2 things why, and these aren't huge, but in a game against a tough Texas team could be potential problems. Oklahoma has not faced a ranked team yet. The level of play will be significantly harder, especially when the Longhorns are number 3 in the country. Oklahoma has only played from behind 1 time, and that was against the Cincinnati Bearcats when they were down 3-0 in the first quarter. In a game against a tough Longhorns team, how does Oklahoma respond if they get down? It can be easily agreed that Texas is superior to Cincinnati in terms of college football. It'll be interesting to see how Oklahoma handles themselves in that scenario. Another potential problem is the same one Texas has, an aggressive defense. The Sooners play aggressively and get behind the line and record plenty of tackles for loss. Again, we want to emphasize a defense that gets after it in the backfield is not a bad thing, but it could lead to getting burned deep. This may be more of a problem for the Oklahoma defense because of the first point made about the Sooners not facing the level of competition that the Longhorns are. It could be a problem for the Oklahoma secondary. It may not be. Regardless, it's something to keep in mind. Lastly, we'll end with the Vegas odds and our final thoughts. The slight favorites are the Texas Longhorns, with the money line going -192. Our final thoughts are this will go to the Longhorns' way, but it will be a game filled with plenty of offense. The Longhorns won't blow the Sooners out, but a touchdown lead seems possible for Texas, with a final score of 42-35 or a similar spread. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Any scores, predictions, or things you're keeping an eye out for in the Red River game. And before you go, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like. If you find yourself coming back here or enjoying the content, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more college